highly popular show is finally returning to a Chicago theater. In today's CI stage, which you can expect to enjoy at the live show Blue Man Group. Tom Galassi, Blue Man Captain, has joined me today. And Tom, I don't recognize you mainly because you're not blue.
I like it that way. I don't like to be recognized. It's one of the best parts of the show.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, you guys are in. Now, here's a question I didn't expect to ask, but I'm going to.
Okay.
How much of that is paint, and how much of that is something else to cover yourselves entirely in blue?
It's a bald cap that we put over our heads, and then it's just simply a layer of blue grease paint that goes all over our head, and that's all it really is. But kind of where the magic happens is when someone who plays the Blue Man can create the character, and all of a sudden that makeup comes to life, and it doesn't seem so simple anymore. And that's the key, the amount of training and years of work to create this character that looks somewhat simple on the surface is very complicated, and we can make some magic happen when we're really connected in that evening. And that's what we strive to do every night. And that's what's really exciting is we're coming back. Everybody's been locked down for over a year. We've been locked down for over a year. We're going to have an audience, performers meeting each other for the first time after all this has happened to us. And in the nature of our show, we deal with what's really happening in front of us. There's a reality to it. It's not just, here's some entertainment, sit back and watch. The audience is involved. We're looking eye to eye. And so I think something really, I'm looking at this whole thing coming back as sort of a historical event.
Yeah.
You know, a pandemic every 100 or so years, we can come together, unite, which is the point of our show, is to bring people together.
How hard is it to create that character? You mentioned it being simple yet complex. For those who haven't seen the show, there's no talking from the Blue Man Group's perspective. There's some audio and some things to read, but how difficult is it for you to create a character based solely on action and no words whatsoever?
Right. It's a new language for us. We do communicate with our eyes, and after years of this and really working on it, we have created a language with each other as Blue Men, where we're having complete conversations with just our eyes, and they're real and they're not planned. And that's the most fun part about, for me, about this experience, is that we don't know what's going to happen each night. It's not totally choreographed. Depending on who is in the audience, what happens, we're having completely different conversations, and each night could feel completely different. And I think that's why someone like myself can do it for 22 years, and that's why people come back multiple times and bring people.
I've been 3 times myself, so
yes.
I totally understand that, and it's unique and it's different every single time. Will this show post-quarantine have anything to do with the lockdown? Will you reference that at all? I'm assuming you guys could have a whole lot of fun with that.
Yeah, historically, we sort of put a mirror up to what's happening in the world and put it through our own lens. We will be commenting a little bit. We're sort of doing some new writing right now. I mean, we don't want to make it the COVID show. I mean, because it was a sad and scary time that we've all had, but at the same time, the Blue Man could put it through his lens, and we will definitely have to comment on it, and that is in the works right now. And we change our show all the time. Like, before we closed last March, every 2 weeks we were adding something, taking something out. So the thing is just really alive. It's not this set piece. We're always looking to make it better, and we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, we'll all have
that's part of what makes it fun, though, right? Is not knowing what's going to happen. I want to make sure we tell people where to get tickets and things like that, but I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about the marshmallow thing. One, is it you who does the marshmallows, as many in your mouth as you can? But regardless, how long does it take to figure that out? Because it's jaw-dropping every time.
Well, all of us play all 3 parts, so we you know, change it up each night. But yeah, I do that. When I started, I would practice that probably 4 to 5 hours a day.
Oh.
Someone just throwing marshmallows at my head.
How many do you get in your mouth at once? Full-size marshmallows?
It's been up to 35, I think, was my limit before my eyes started watering and I didn't know if I was going to survive. It's a crazy trick, and it makes my mom very nervous every time she sees the show. She's like,
I can
"Oh,
imagine.
don't do that."
It goes against every rule that moms teach their kids growing up, but it is awesome. Tickets are available. You're starting, what, August 18th, I think I saw?
Opening night, August 18th, Chicago, Briar Street Theater, and you can go to blueman.com to find tickets.
All right. We will point people that direction. It is well worth your time and effort and money to go see Blue Man Group. And Tom, thank you so much for an inside look. Best of luck in getting back to things. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All those details at CILiving.tv.